Something doesn't seem quite right here, but I can't seem to put my finger on it. Weird. Today is the day, my friends. The call has gone out for all available dragon hunters, and we are here to answer that call. And while we wait for our brothers and sisters in arms to arrive, let us gather our courage by performing the ancient and chaotic twirly dance of the dragon hunter. And as we whirl and we twirl in this age-old custom designed to clear the mind of such questions as... Did I remember to bring extra blocks for bridging? Where's my water bucket? Who's got the empty bottles for the dragon's breath? What are the odds on who dies first this year? Why am I so darn dizzy? We can feel a kinship with all those who came before us and fought the dragon tooth and nail as our ancestors look down on us and wonder, why the heck are they doing that? Don't they know it'll make them sick? Ah, tradition. Isn't it wonderful? What you are now watching is a dramatic reenactment of our final preparations before we entered the end to fight the dreaded dragon. Please enjoy.
Keep them scattered, not to fight too many. When his is done, Bass, of course, need to run in and do the same thing. We're going to need divine intervention on our mages, so they can AE, so we can, of course, get them down fast, because we're bringing all these guys. I mean, we'll be in trouble if we don't take them down quick. I think it's a pretty good plan. We should be able to pull it off this time. What do you think, Abdul? Can you give me a number crunch real quick?
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm coming up with 32.33, repeating, of course, percentage of survival.
Oh, that's a lot better than we usually do.
Alright, chums up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragon!
Oh my god, he just ran in.
Save him! Oh, geez, stick to the plane!
Oh, Jesus. Let's go, let's go. Stick to the pledge, huh?
And so we decided, as a group, it was time to go into the end. Many friend was love-tapped, and arrows were shot, and endermen were made to dance until finally the dragon was... no more. And then we packed our bags and went home. But of course we didn't go home. The race was now on to find Elytras and Shulkers. Well, that's a little unnerving. And so we bridged. And 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 then, just to be different, we tried to do some bridging. Until eventually, we found a city. And so we scaffolded our way up to the boat. This portion of the video is brought to you by scaffolding. Scaffolding. It may be annoying to work with at times, but it sure is good for getting into boats. Scaffolding. Take some with you to the end today. And always remember, kids, scaffolding. Only useful if you bring enough. And of course, the thought running through my head at this moment is, wouldn't it be horrible if I fell off due to a nervous finger twitch right here, right now? Yes, Gragore, yes, that would be horrible. Now shut up! Take that, you purpley projectile pooping shulker! And there we have it, our first Elytra. Now to raid that city for all its shulker shells and chesty goodies. Oh, and a quick tip for those new to end raids. Your best bet is to shoot this little guy from below. He's always in this position. If you handle him before you go up on the deck, you'll save yourself a lot of wandering bullet grief later on. Can't forget the dragon head. And another tip. If you're looking for treasure chests, the only structures that have them are the boat, the ones with the rooftop access like this one here, and the 3-tiered structures like this one. The 2-layered and single-layered buildings never have chests in them. And now, back to getting more luggage. Second city. Second Elytra. Third city. No boat this time, but it's certain to have some diamondy goodies, and by all that is good in Minecrafty, I need them. And one last end raiding tip. Whenever you go on an end raid, bring a grindstone. That way, once your Elytra has mending on it, you can just grind levels off all the iron items you find in End City treasure chests to make it all better again. Oh, and if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm shooting arrows at the feet of the Endermen to get them to teleport somewhere else so I don't get killed by them while I'm fighting all the luggage. Little safety tip there. Free of charge. Oh. Well, hello there. What are you doing up on the ceiling? Why don't you climb on down and we can take a look at the end raid hall and see how we did. Keep in mind I flew out and back 10,000 blocks and then flew another 4,000 or so before I stumbled on one of the remote gateways. All in all, it took about 3 hours with all the bridging it took to get that first Elytra. So what do you say we take a look at what we got? Here we got a bunch of diamond. Here's a shulker full of iron. And another shulker full of iron. A lot more diamond. Well, that one's not worth mentioning. A lot of diamond. And a lot more diamond. And there's... Oh, no, go back. That's the good stuff. Look at all those lovely, lovely Elytras. On top of that, we have 3.5 stacks of shulker shells, 2.25 stacks of gold ingots, 1/4 stack of emeralds, 3/4 of a stack of diamonds, 2.5 stacks of iron ingots. You know, I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty good haul for the first end raid. Definitely won't have to go back anytime soon, but knowing me, I'll probably be back in the end doing more raids just because I love them. There's just something about a good end raid that puts a smile on my square, blocky little face. It's time to turn our attention to the base. I tend to not pay a lot of attention to the base early on, or worry too much about how it looks. I think at times my brain gets stuck in forever alone mode, even when I'm on a server. You know, you get stuck in this mindset of, no one's going to see it, so why bother? Add to that, I'm not much of a builder, and, you know, I just don't have these big detailed designs that just sort of flow out of me. That side of Minecraft, it's kind of a struggle for me. It's not to say I can't have momentary bursts of, hey, let's do this, but my brain just doesn't work like that. You know, that whole pre-plan all your builds and creative things so that when you pop into survival, you know exactly what you're going to do. That's just not me. One of the reasons I build a large backlog of material before I edit or release videos is so I can take all my ADD issues and try and edit the videos together into somewhat coherent stories. Let's take the base as a prime example. The thought will start off as, okay, let's hollow out this mountain so I can make a bedroom and storage area, and then build a smelter, and you know, there's a whole long list, but it starts off with, hey, let's hollow out that mountain. I'll get quarter of the way through digging a big hole and then go, hey, let's go gather some sand for the glass I'll eventually need. And I'm off. Then I'll be heading home to drop the sand off and go, oh, a trident boy. Let's get a trident. After fighting drowns for 10 minutes, hey, let's gather some food for the Hello Water Kitty shop. And I'm off gathering iron to make buckets to grab tropical fish. Then I see a turtle and go, oh yeah, I need turtle eggs. After breeding random turtles for 20 minutes, I see a shipwreck. After collecting the treasure, I start thinking about heading home because, by this time, my inventory's full. So I head home and add to the ever-growing chest monster, and then I think, you know, I really need to hollow out this mountain so I can have a bedroom and storage area. Anyway, to a non-builder, when there's no one watching, I see you out there. What your base looks like couldn't matter less. But this season, I'm trying to work on that. We're still in 1.17 here, so I'm going to try and turn this shattered savanna into a mini lush cave that doubles as my base. Should be interesting to see how I do. And we're back at the fortress, and we're adding the pack spawning border around the farm. Right now, ghasts have been a constant and persistent plague. I have never seen so many ghasts spawning, but then, you know, I guess you kind of have to expect that when you're building in a soul sand valley. Let me just go over here and grab that ghast here. Oh, hello, Mr. Welly. How you doing? We're back on the platform, and you can see from all the... Oh, good lord. The danger of leaving the platform is that as soon as you walk away, things start spawning on it. I placed down some temporary carpets to minimize the spawning when this happens, because, you know, it was all I had in my inventory at the time. Moral of that story is, not everything is part of the master plan. Sometimes you just have to adapt to what's going on with what you have. We've finished the border of the platform, so now it's time to build the drop chute the wellies will fall down later on. The plan we're going for here is the wellies will see a piglin in the center of the farm, they'll charge at him, and then he'll fall down this chute. Off to either side will be 2 turtle trap chutes to attract all the ziglins and blazes that spawn as well. This farm will never be one of those super efficient ones where you get thousands of skulls an hour, but it doesn't need to be. This farm is just as much about me learning some of the newer fortress spawn mechanics as it is about making it a less manual farm than I have made in the past. No matter how poorly it compares to other faster designs, it will still provide far more skulls than our server will ever need. We finished the upper area and placed warp buttons down on the pack spawning border to prevent actual spawns there. You know, I hadn't used this block combo before, but the prismarine and warped items go very well with the nether bricks, don't you think? Now here is where we will place the first ziglin and blaze chute. The wellies will try and kill the piglin in the center, and the ziglins will come over here to smash the turtle eggs. But you might be asking yourself, what makes the blazes go here? Well, at least in Java, not sure it's true in Bedrock, the blazes want to be on full blocks, and the entire platform is made up of top slabs only, while the outer border, the pack spawning border, is made up of only full blocks. So even though blazes spawn on top slabs, they want to pathfind to a full block, and the only full block appears to be the block the turtle egg is on. Strange but true. It's not an instantaneous thing, but it does work. When the farm is done, this is where the blazes will be collected, and all I have to do is whack their little blaze-roddy feet. Assuming it all works the way I hope, that is. But before I get too much further, I really do need to get the piglin into the farm. This is where he's going to stand, and all I need to do is build a platform for him to walk into the trap, and we should be golden. Easy, right? You know, I hate to say I forgot to turn my camera on for all the piglin wrangling, but, yeah, you'll never guess what happened. I forgot to turn my camera on. I know, who could have saw that coming? Anyway, it was so super duper easy and didn't take hours of painful failed attempts with piglins walking all the way to the farm, only to refuse to get into the trap area. But after I fixed many mistakes on my part, I finally got one trapped up there. Long may he reign atop his pedestal of prismarine and blackstone. I was hoping to have the farm all completed and be able to show it off today, but I think we're going to have to cut it here. I'm going to continue putting a roof on the place, and I still have a whole lot of slabbing to do, but that will have to wait until next time. As always, I have been Gragore, and this has been Roguecraft. I hope you had fun watching because I had fun playing. Until next time, always remember to try and have fun. See ya!